And so a pylon put out here now, which is not really that common to place a pylon out here. I don't know if there's some kind of tech he wants to hide, or if this is simply to spot.
It doesn't look like a spotting location.
Yeah, with the probe there, I think he is going to build something. I thought I saw the probe go all the way back home,
okay.
which is why I was saying that. Yeah, it's going to be another gateway. This time, it's going to be placed out in the middle of the map, so this allows for quicker warp-ins.
Yeah, yeah. And another gate being made at home, so just like a 3-gate?
Yeah, I think it's basically going to be...
It's kind of a very old build.
Yeah, well, the idea is old, right? Is like you have an accelerated amount of pressure. You can come in and hit them as they're going to be expanding, but people don't really use this that much. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have, you know, a lot of honest like functionality in the game. But it's going to get scouted.
Yeah, that's a pretty big scout.
Parting probably fled with his adept in the wrong direction. I think in moments like that, you really do need to kind of draw attention to the bottom of the map more so than the top, because I don't know that those Hellions were even intending to scout that gateway and pylon as much as they were going to see if there was any other adepts or anything else out there they could catch too.
Yeah. Now, out goes the medevac with 4 Hellions, and I do want to mention, you can tell that ByuN has actually really studied up for this match. If you look at some of Parting's worst losses that he's had in the past couple years, they have been against things like this,
right?
Where he loses a bunch of probes early on because he actually gets so solid, but if you screw with him early when he's trying to screw with you, things can go wrong for him, and I think we might be about to see that.
Yeah, a lot of attacks, like the ones that Parting were doing, are basically not built to also be hit from the same side, or hit from home, I guess I should say. So 9 probes already have been killed. And,
yeah, that's pretty darn significant. Now, it's a very late command center, so I wouldn't call this the end of the game right now, but that's painful.
This is a big catch, Artosis.
It really is. 2 of them go ahead and just die straight up inside the medevac.
Oh
now,
my
this medevac
God,
falls.
he gets that one too.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay, now, the problem right now for ByuN is that Parting does have a decent number of Stalkers out. He's damaged the economy, but not so much that production is going to be entirely hiccuped. The gateway proxied for the easy warp-ins is still there. Now the Widow Mines can come in here and do some damage, but a few sidesteps with the probes, and you're basically going to have this dealt with, where I think the real punch from the counterattack that Parting could have here is going to be the threat.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a tough situation where you're not mining from another base yet as ByuN, even though you got those probe kills. Parting has been on 2 Nexuses for a long time. He's still up 7 workers right now, and he's still making workers. So I think that Parting has dealt with it well enough, especially catching that Widowmine drop. That's like, what a sad moment from ByuN. If he had sent that in any other direction, he probably would have gotten at least some damage with it, and this wouldn't look so tough.
That Widowmine is very well placed up on that tank. Don't want to have them dive on that tank like this, but there's so many Stalkers down here that, I mean, there's more Stalkers than Marines, and there's nothing really mobile other than the Marines and the Marauder to fight this, as long as Parting doesn't overextend, which he has to be careful about.
Yeah. But this is really Parting's wheelhouse anyways. Like, Stalkers without Blink, I've never seen anyone that can rival him with this.
Yeah. Oh, they're so close.
Dude, but his feet are over, the siege tank doesn't shoot him.
There's another tank. Now, Blink has started. It's still a ways away, but, you know, I think this, funnily enough, it can sort of transition into one of these games where the Stalkers would be blinking in the main and harassing, right? It seems like we already are set up for a position that would have come from 2 very different builds to begin with, but it ends up in a situation like this now.
Parting right now. Turning around with those Stalkers. Oh my
Good
gosh, this one gonna catch that. Oh.
And it's gonna send it home. He doesn't know how many more Stalkers might be in that area, so he plays it safe.
That's really good.
Right? And you know, you have a Terran stuck on 2 bases. Stalkers just generating a threat, as we saw here, outside. And I don't know, yeah, I mean, I feel like ByuN had some cool ideas, but Parting, I think, with great decision-making, targeted down the medevacs and took the wind out of the sails of the rush.
Yeah, and look at this. Like, his Stalkers immediately responding to this.
Oh, sick.
Oh, but can ByuN do something now? He actually comes forward. He tries to pin these Stalkers in, and I guess he'll get like a couple, but still better for Party.
Yeah, I mean, that Party would take that any day of the week. And again, just staying mobile like this, there's a push over here towards the proxied gateway, which has basically been a launching pad for all the harassment outside of the base. But is Party not, in fact, set up to basically take this on? I don't feel like this is very much here from Terran.
No, it's
is it
certainly
4
is not
Templars in that?
Yes.
Okay, so then, yeah.
And one on the ground. Okay, charge comes up. Oh, he disables the Prism. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing he could do to actually take this fight. That was a great disable.
That was beautifully done, but I think Protoss can warp back in and rinse and repeat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that.
And so let's wait and see.
But ByuN is pulling back. I guess he realizes that this is going to be a little bit too tough right now to be out there.
And Parting's taking a 4th base in the bottom left. He's going to have completely owned the left side of the map.
He's getting further and further ahead right now. He's not being wasteful. Okay, adding Archons, that's when you know he's going to attack. The plan is there. Comes the Raven. Might try to feedback that Raven.
Okay, here we go. This is a very stormable area. They are going to come down, and that couldn't be better, as this army is going to get annihilated here as Parting can push in. 1 tank and some infantry remain. This game is over.
My God, just totally destroyed there. GG.
Like, I remember just sitting in the green room with you and we're watching a game that somebody else was casting, but Party was playing. We're like, look at this. He just doesn't miss micro anything.
Yeah.
And it was kind of crazy. Yeah, and here they are now. And these guys have both been through very different ages of the game.
Yeah, and they've both been around since like very, very, very early on, and both of them took big breaks in there. ByuN for the military, obviously. Parting kind of just retired for a little bit and came back. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it was just like an interesting thought I had about, you know, like trying to assign that, like what, you know, because the game is very old at this point, so these are like serious numbers when you think about it. That's like a legacy of Micro.
Absolutely.
Well, this game we have a 1-base Blink opener against what looks to be maybe another Hellion drop. Kind of funny builds that are matching up against each other.
Yeah, Parting amping it up here, and ByuN content to do basically the same thing again. I think, you know, there were definitely some bad decisions by ByuN with the medevac, and, you know, especially versus Stalkers really early on, if you make the wrong decision with where to move the medevac, it will just die. Or if you don't have the boosts spaced out correctly, you can lose it. So I wonder if he's really attributing that game to that early loss there. But things are going to pick up very quickly now. We've got batteries warping in here.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. He actually breaks through. Also, there was a fake upgrade in the tech lab, and he couldn't see what building the tech lab was on. So that's crazy. Now, he does get to shade in after killing that depot. Sees that it was a bit of a fake, and he knows a Hellion drop is going to be on the way.
Look, not totally sure what to do. Does a 360 with that. I think I'm just going to go for it. And we have a warp in the main. So Parting was patient. He didn't pull the trigger yet. He's got one to spot.
Finding that is so big.
Now again, a Stalker is a little bit faster than a medevac, so you get a lot of extra damage. He stayed perfectly at the distance that he will just take out immediately. That medevac, only one Hellion will even get an opportunity to fire at the workers.
With a battery there, no way, no how. He is not going to get any kills whatsoever. Gets that killed off, and now a bunch of Blink Stalkers going to start pushing the ramp.
Now, there's 2 mines in a bunker, about as perfectly placed as you could ever have. So he does manage to get up in here. You know, a Viking and Marines are not exactly the best fighting force you could have.
Well, add a siege tank to that, and the fact that he can't see the mines right now. And I think ByuN's just going to hold it.
Well, hold on.
Oh, no.
He's going to target down this tank.
No.
I don't think the SCVs can get the proper surface area to save it.
They can't. It was too plugged up there.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I just don't know that he can actually recover. You know, this number of Stalkers, 2 one-shots.
Oh,
so that makes it much more abusive, and you can basically rotate in a circular fashion around the 2 command centers, and that's it. Party 2-0, just savage.